to our today tutorial. Basically, in our today session, we are going to discuss that how to make a dashboard for the COVID-19. So, as every one of you aware that COVID-19 hit the worldwide, and we see that there were many cases that people suffer from COVID-19, and we see that many death were occurred due to COVID-19, and there were certain patients who were able to recover from the COVID-19. So, but in this lecture, we have the data set for COVID-19, and today we are going to see that in which state, in which country, at which particular month, particular time, how many patients were enrolled, and out of these patients, how many patients did recover from the COVID-19. So as you see that I have already bring my data set into the Power BI, and as we have done this practice so many times that how to bring data set into Power BI, so I am not going into that discussion that how to bring data into Power BI. So as you can see that we have already data set in our Power BI. So let's let's start making the dashboard. So first thing that we are going to make, we are going to enter the title for this dashboard. So the title would be for this dashboard is COVID-19. So we are going to write the title for this. So after adding this shape, we have to click on this text box, and we are going to write the name here, and the name would be COVID-19 dashboard global data. As we have the data set for all the countries and for all the state, so then just bring this uh, text box over here and make this bold and turn this writing into, let's say, yes, it's look more visible now, and change the color into white, as we are going to uh, remove the background from this. So then go to properties, go to effects, and off the background. So now it is more visible here that our dashboard name is COVID-19 dashboard global dataset. Then the first thing that we are going to draw is we are going to draw the slicer for reported date, that on which particular date that a case was entered. So here we have a slicer, and in this slicer we are going to insert the uh, report date. So here we are going to enter the reported date. Then go to format your visuals, go to slicer setting and select drop down option. So here we can select any particular date if we want to see that on which particular date the case was entered. So we have added a slicer here. Then we make some settings to this slicer. For example, if we want to add you see the visual border, so on the visual borders and make it like say 11. So then we are going to make one another slicer, and that is for the countries. So here we have to select the country. So now we have a slicer with reported date on which date case was entered, and here we have a country that on which country the case was entered. Then we have one more another slicer, and that would be for the state, that for which particular state the case was entered. So now we have done with our slicers. So the next thing is that we are going to add some card in order to know that on which that how many confirmed cases was there, how much patient were recovered, how many death cases and how many active cases are still there. So for this we have to draw a card from here. So let's make some adjustment to this card, and then uh, select confirm cases here. So we have here the data for the confirmed cases. Then again go to format your visuals, go to journal, go to effects and visual border and make it rounded corner to 11. Yes, perfect. Then draw it little bit down here and then copy and paste it. And the next card that we are going to make is for that how many patients were recovered. Okay, then again copy and paste it, and the next thing that we are going to make is that out of these patients how many deaths were recorded. And the last thing that we are going to make is active cases. So drag the active cases here. So now our cards are ready. So we are going to make some setting into these cards. So select all these cards combine, then go to title and enter the title here. So the first thing with that we are going to make here, we are going to make the title here and we named it as confirmed cases, and we bring it to center, and then we will off this category label here. So similarly we also go to the title option here and we name it as recovered and make it to center and go to visual and off this, and then go to this and off it category label and go to journal title and write here total deaths and make it to center. Then for last again visual, go to journal, go to title and active cases and make it to center. So now our cards are ready. So the next thing that we are going to make is we are going to make a line chart in order to see the trend in COVID-19 cases. So we have to select the line chart from here and we will do some formatting for this chart. Okay, as we just making a you know a rough dashboard, then we will be doing the formatting. So for this, uh, let's uh, let's report data over here. So for x-axis, we are going to bring the reported date, and for y-axis, we are going to bring the confirmed cases, that how many confirmed cases were there. Then we are going to enter the uh, recovered, that out of these how many patients were recovered, and the last thing we are going to record here the total number of deaths. So here you can see that it is showing the trend over time. So if you want to see all the data set, then you can select both the years, quarter, month and date. So it will give you the data set according to your choice. So the next thing that we are going to draw is donut chart, but before that we will have to do some setting in this chart. So let's go to format your visuals. So the first thing that we do not want to see the title of x-axis and y-axis, so simply we are going to off the title of y-axis and x-axis. So we are done with here, and the next thing is that we want to change the title of this chart. So we will be renaming as reported report report trend, report trend, COVID 19 and cases. So we are done with the title option. Then again we go to format your visuals, go to journal, then go to effects, and on the option of visual borders, then make it rounded corner to, let's say, 11, as we have done for the other graphs as well. So we have finished the formatting option. Oh, one thing more, that if you do not want to see these grid lines, so go to journal and go to this grid line and uh, off the option of grid line. So now it look more attractive. So the next thing that we are going to make is a donut chart. So click on the donut chart, make some adjustment to it. Okay, fine. And then we have to label it. So in the values section, we are going to bring the number of active cases, then the recovered cases, and then we have the data set for deaths. So we have all the data set that we have required here. Then go to format your visuals, go to journal, go to title, and let's rename this title that case proportion with respect to active, recovered, and deaths. So we are done with here. Then go to again format your visuals and go to journal, go to effects, visual border, and make it to 11. And then if you do not want to see these active cases, recovered cases, do you simply off the option of legends and they will be gone from here. But if you want to keep it, then simply on it, and if you do not want to see the detail labels, off it. And if you want to change the position of these, you can simply change it from here. So it's up to you that where you want to see them. So we are done with the formatting of this, and the next thing that we are going to make is we are going to make one another line chart. Okay, fine. So the next thing we are going to make one more line chart, and for this, uh, first of all, we have to do the labeling. So for x-axis, we are going to take the reported date, and for y-axis, we have the data set for the number of patients that who are recovered from COVID-19 and the number of active cases. So here we have the data set, and by using drill down and drill up option, we can set the uh, representative data according to our own choice. Then again go to format your visuals, and for x-axis off the title of x-axis, and similarly go to y-axis and then off the title for y-axis as well. Then go to grid lines and off these grid lines from here, and then again go to format your visual, go to journal and go to title and rename this as rate trend recovered. So we are done here. So now next thing is that we want to uh, add a visual border here as we are doing with the all of our charts. So now it is have rounded shape, and the last thing that we are going to make here is, you see that a guard chart. So here we have a guard chart here, and let's bring down here and make some formatting here. So for guard chart, uh, we have to bring some values over here. So for the section of values, we are going to bring the recovered patients data set, and for the maximum values, we are going to bring the number of confirmed patients here. So we are done with the labeling of this. Then go to format your visuals and go to journal, and then go to effects and go to visual borders on it, and then make it, you see that 11, and then again go to format your visuals, go to journal and name it as race to world recovered. So we are done with the dashboard here. So if you look at this chart, so let's say we select Afghanistan. So in Afghanistan, there were totally 162,000 cases. Out of these, 19,000 recovered. There were 4,218 deaths, and out of these confirmed cases, there were 139,000 active cases. So this data set is for the Afghanistan. So similarly, if you want to see that on any particular day, what were the number of cases, what were the total number of deaths. So for example, I want to see that on April 2020, what were the number of cases that were recorded in Afghanistan. So on April 2020, there were 1026 cases, and out of these 135 recovered and 36 deaths were recorded, and 855 active cases were there. So again, if you want to see that, like say in Egypt, so on April 2020 in Egypt, there were 3,333 cases were recorded. Out of these, 821 patients were able to recover, and out of these confirmed cases, 250 deaths were recorded, and we have still 2,262 active cases. So similarly, you can see the result for each, and you see that every uh, country or every state, depending upon your the dataset nature. So this is how you can make and draw uh, attractive dashboard. So this is a very rough dashboard. You can make some adjustment, and then you can add more graphs into it, depending upon that what you are going to do. So if you have any query regarding this lecture, you can ask me freely. And as we have done so much formatting in our previous lecture, so I am not going to make another video for this dashboard, that how to do formatting. You can set the formatting according to your own choice, and similarly you can change any theme from here. So it will change the values, the color according to your own choice. So this is how you can make your dashboard more interactive and attractive. So this is all for our today lecture. Thank you so much for being with me.